we are live, and Skype's being tarded.
Right back.
There we go. And we're back. Pause that. And we should be good. All right, we live again.
Of course, I hit you right back.
Oh, I actually, once we disconnected, I killed it so that we can rearrange the archive and everything's cool. So now we're in part 2.
Part 2. I just have to leave it out.
What the fuck?
Told you how much time I had, man.
I can hear things. I'm hearing you in both conversations. For some reason, when I joined Ellis's conversation, it didn't get me out of the conversation I was already having with you, and now I don't know how to get out of that conversation. It's no longer listed.
Just go ahead and drop and we'll re-invite you. This is ridiculous.
Got it. I got it.
Alright, let's just fucking fix this. Alright. Actually, I got an idea. Everyone drop. I'll just start the fucking conversation.
Okay.
Alright, there's 1. And there's 2. Alright. Corey, your video's down. There we go. Now we're back. Alright. And now you guys have swapped locations because I had to call Harold first because he didn't connect on the first try. But whatever, I don't care anymore. We're back.
Alright, we're back in black.
No, he is.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Just like Kanye said, all day.
Asterisk.
Star.
So what we're talking about again, Jesus Christ.
How free you guys are going to be day 1?
God damn. Every time.
Oh, this guy's got some good tech, but he sucks.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's a quote, by the way.
That was so fucking funny.
Who said that?
Some dude I fought randomly online. He was playing Nash, and I was like, well, I gotta fucking try to get past these fucking sonic booms. I guess I'm gonna jump at him. Oh god, he recovers way too quick. Full damage. He's like, well, this guy's got good tech and combos, but he fucking sucks. Jesus Christ.
He uploaded that video on YouTube too. And so basically, I didn't even know about this. My friends found it. My friends are huge scrubs. My friends found it. And they told me about it. I didn't believe them. I was like, oh, no way Mike got bodied that bad. And then it's on YouTube. I was just like, man, this Mika's got tech. He sucks.
Yeah, so I jump in. I was like, yeah, I still don't know what the fuck Mika's supposed to do against Nash. And that kid buckled like a fucking belt. He's like, oh, yeah, dude, you were really good. You need to not jump so much. Like, his comment was...
Welcome to 2016, where people talk shit, and then when you get called on it, all of a sudden, I didn't really mean it. Like, nobody ever means what the fuck they say anymore.
No, that's really just post-2000 in general.
Jesus. This new generation has no hope. That's why when I body somebody and I say, man, that was fucking easy as shit. Like, until you beat me, that's gonna be what I say.
Yeah, I know.
And then
I know you.
Oh. Like, and then if I lose with them, I'll be like, man, you don't even know, man. My grandmother is sick, and I have to maybe write her a letter.
No.
Yeah, I did check that, bro, because my grandmother is sick.
I'm just gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna play random all. I'm gonna play every single match just all random. And then when someone beats him, like, yeah, I'm just playing random, man. What's up with you, man? You still play the same character. I'm playing random.
Times in a row. I'm just playing random, dude. You fucking suck.
Yeah, no, it reminds me of one of my buddies actually, what was it, on StarCraft 2, he actually made to like what, gold class or some shit, just playing random all at all times. Never, it actually lists his main as random.
Yeah. He always has to fall back defense whenever he loses.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is that he's also not a shithead like that. He's like, all right, I lost. But I probably learned something out of it. Whatever. Like he's an adult about it.
Like young people, I feel like when Street Fighter 5 comes, man, it's gonna be really hard for them to take those L's and really do some analysis of like, here's why I lost. I'm getting counted in fucking footsies. I suck. Let me figure out what I'm.
I can pinpoint the most important thing that ever happened to me in fighting games was losing to Clockwork in the first few months of Vanilla Marvel 3. Because I actually sat and I was like, okay, why did I get my shit wrecked? Oh, okay, well, this didn't work and this didn't work. Why didn't it work? Oh, because these characters crouching low profile my tri-dashes. Fuck.
What's funny is, so in my group of friends, there's me, Stefan, and one other guy who will remain unnamed for the time being. Stefan,
you don't even get a shout out.
No, because it's gonna have to be bad. But me and Stefan, we've been playing fighting games. So I've been playing Ultra for a really long time. And then Stefan's a KOF player, whatever. He plays a lot of fighting games. Now this new guy, this is his Babby's first fighting game here. Street Fighter V is Babby's first fighting game for him. And whenever Stefan and I start talking about, oh yeah, this changed the recent balance patch, this, or this, and he'll just say, yeah, all the characters I play suck, and this character's really good, he's OP and stupid, and I hate this game. I was like, and then me and Stefan just go, dude, did we sound like this like 7 years ago when we started playing Vanilla 4?
No, you didn't.
We just totally just feel like, dude, I feel like I'm 14 again. I feel like this is back when I was playing Vanilla 4.
The only time I've ever really felt like that was actually when fucking Cross Tekken was first coming out. Like, the first few weeks that game was out, I was like, oh my god, all of the females are terrible.
I think the only funny game that made me feel like that was Soul Calibur 2.
God damn.
All the characters I play suck. All these characters are good. I was fighting fucking Sophia's and Lynx and fucking Astaroth and Nightmares. Here I am with Colin.
It's like, for me, the bigger problem
you just
is
lose.
This guy jumps on the bandwagon of, oh, everyone's saying this, and so I'm going to say this is the problem, even though my problems are a lot more...
Dude, seriously, everyone in Beta 2 who said Ken sucked can go to hell.
No, that's exactly what I was saying. It's like, Ken sucked because of blank, blank, and blank reason, but those aren't the reasons why you suck. You suck because you suck.
It's funny, too, because Ken supposedly sucked during Beta 2, and then he got the shit nerfed out of him.
Yeah.
Really, guys?
Dude,
I'll get shit wrecked by Kens over here in Asia, where you queue up to play online, and if Ryu and Ken are in that beta, your chance of fighting any other character are fucking slim to none.
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I am still salty to this day about 2011. Cross Tekken was being played at Evo, and Punko was sitting there picking Ryu and Ken.
So you have to know what I'm going through right now. Jesus.
I still haven't gotten over that shit.
Another fight is coming your way. I'm like, no, it's not. It's the same fucking fight. Lola versus Ryu. That fucking other fight is not coming my way.
Yeah, fuck. While here in America, we get told Nash is good and he's easy to play, so that's all you fucking see.
The things that I was complaining about is like, dude, this is gonna be one of the worst fighting games ever because it's just gonna be Nash Central. I'm like, no, it's gonna be Nash, Ryu, and Ken, just like how Vanilla 4 was Sagat, Ryu, and Ken. Dude. It's gonna be Ryu, Ken, blank. Ryu, Ken, blank.
As long as I live, I will never forget that Photoshop where it was Street Fighter 4's entire character select screen was Ken.
Because that is the only right answer. That is the only right answer.
And you know what's sad about that shit? People didn't even know about the camera girl back then. That was just like Ken just walking up.
I like to play Ryu.
Yeah, dude, it was I felt like I was back in 1995, walking into my local laundromat. I put in a quarter, and someone's like, "I'm gonna play Ken because he's cooler."
No, that's exactly what. Also, he's American. Don't forget that. Also, he's American.
Never mind the fact he's 3/4 Japanese, and he fucking dyes his hair.
I'm not even gonna mention.
No one knows that.
Arcade. I go straight to Guile. I just go straight to Guile because I know how to do all of his moves. God, I mastered Guile from a young age.
Fuck that, dude. No, there's nothing quite like when you actually, like, in your local arcade, they put Rainbow Edition as the main cab. And I'm just like, alright, cool. Fucking throw in a quarter. I play Bison. I'm doing Air Psycho Crushers the whole match. That's fucking game.
There's a new guy in my local play group. He shall remain unnamed, but he plays Seahawk. He plays Seahawk. I'm not gonna say who he is.
See that?
But he plays Seahawk. He's from Texas. He eliminated Hyde Buffy at our local.
Wow.
Or he's on the losers at our local tournament this weekend. He played very well. Very, very clutch.
He's from Texas. Does he play as the one with the cowboy hat?
No, he plays
I
with
was
the
gonna
Native
say that he's
Americans.
not from Texas. He's not from Texas. He's not playing tee off with a cowboy hat.
No, but is he from like the Austin crew or what?
I don't know which crew he's from, but he called himself an OG CBS2 player, and he says that he plays on Fight K a whole lot. He said he's a lot better at the older games than he is at 4, which blew my mind because when he said that, I'm like, okay, and then I watched him beat High Buffy. It was close. It came out last round. It was really good though.
Yeah, but as T-Hawk, that's not a joke.
Yeah. Adon was hitting that motherfucker with the. Oh, I have T-Hawk specific combos. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, 4 really feels like they said, okay, let's take Street Fighter 2, and then bring it and just modernize. That's what 4 felt like to me.
And then add like 5 mechanics for no reason.
4 felt like that to you? You sound like somebody who's never played Super Turbo when you say stuff like that.
I played Super Turbo. I like Super Turbo Third Strike.
Or felt like ST to you.
What's that?
No.
You said 4 felt like ST?
No, not exactly. I'm saying that they felt like they tried to modernize ST. Like,
honestly, the more I think about it, it doesn't even feel like ST to me. It feels like World Warrior Champion Edition.
That's more accurate. Because the whole point with 4 was they wanted to appeal to the old, not the competitive, but just the old school. Hey, I played Street Fighter on my Super Nintendo growing up. That was the group they were appealing for with 4.
And I think you're absolutely right. Actually, is that they wanted to revive the series by giving people a comfort zone.
Yeah.
And right now, like one of my favorite things, like something I teared up a little bit when I read this, is the developers when they're talking about 5, they said, we wanted to make a game so that the old school heads, people who played like Alpha 2 well and all that shit, we wanted to let them know it's okay to come home now. And I was like in the feels.
Yeah, I disagree with you, Corey. I don't think Street Fighter 4 is like any other Street Fighter game.
No, I think out of all of it's the most radically different. It's the most radically different. But
here's the thing, is that okay, I think there's a middle ground here where just like playing Mika, it's at its core it wants to be Street Fighter 2, just modernized, but what the game became is radically different.
Yes. But my point I was trying to get to is 5 feels like 3 and Alpha almost combined.
Mm-hmm.
Like it actually feels like
it's definitely a lot more 3 and Alpha and CBS.
Mm.
Like it's definitely the 2000 era.
Like you can totally feel its roots. You can totally feel its roots.
Yeah, but in all fairness, I mean, with Woshige and Combo Fiend being like the fucking headlining names on this project, it's really easy to understand why.
Yeah.
I mean, Combo Fiend really made his established big fucking name in CVS2. That was where his like big fucking title, where he started approaching household name. That's where it started. Like his whole fucking like ego over.
I'm noticing all the Guilty Gear influences too on Street Fighter 5. I'm really starting to notice it.
Crush counters like anime fighters.
Crush counters, Bison's forward dash, Slayer's forward dash. Shit like that.
Backdashes are good. Backdashes are good, but punishable.
Makes me play Guilty Gear. I think maybe the creativity of having to play an anime game maybe will help me out when it comes to playing Street Fighter 5 at the highest level.
Yeah, no, it's because of shit like that, which is why I think I'm actually going to do okay in this game, because of playing the bits and pieces of every other game, because it really is influenced by the greatest generation of fighters. Like, of the games themselves.
Literally right before the Dark Ages.
Yeah, the Industrial Revolution.
The Industrial Revolution.
That's what that shit was.
Oh
back when the fighting games were so hard that it ostracized people, but those of us who stuck with it fucking loved every moment.
Yeah. And, you already know that was right before I got into fighting games. I got into fighting games literally in the middle of the Dark Ages.
Yeah, but you're also a child, so...
Yeah,
I never claimed to be.
Spank my ass and a girl wants you to spank her ass and she wants to call you daddy. I'm not ready to be a father.
Yeah, but you go to conventions and you cosplay, so whatever, same difference.
Yeah.
Not really.
Not really.
I was just like, it's more just like waving a match around near him and seeing what happens.
And I was like, I'm accepting my fate. This is fine.
So right now,
This is fine.
Live tournament that you had to play in like in the next 5 minutes for like large sums of money. So we're playing Zangief, Mika, and Laura.
I guess that's I think I'd probably
if I was character locked,
yeah, character lock.
I would debate. Because Mika's bad matchups are really fucking bad. But if I had to walk in the tournament right now, character locked, I might actually pick Sim.
Really? Is that confident with your Sim?
Mm-hmm. I might even just pick Zangief because I just think he's that good.
I would pick Geef instantly just because he's the character I'm most comfortable. Things for me, it's always been about comfort level rather than who's just straight good.
Yeah.
And I'm comfort level straight with Geef. I'm so super comfortable with Geef right now.
Which actually we could use as a segue into something we talked about earlier, with the fact that Zangief is much more Hugo in Street Fighter 4. Because of the way all his buttons work and everything, he's really Hugo-ish.
Yeah.
You know,
actually during the World Warrior beta, I played Geef. I don't know how many
World Warrior beta? What are you talking about? Your World Warrior beta?
I mean Royal Rumble.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, wait, what? We have beta of just Street Fighter 2 characters? What?
That we should have.
That'd be not godlike. But no, alright, so I played Geef. I played Laura like 3 or 4 games. I went like 2 and 2. I was like, alright, I'm gonna play Geef. And I proceeded to not lose ever. And I didn't even use running bear grab. I forgot. I legitimately forgot that he had that move. Because like I was still in training mode with Laura, but my character was Zangief for like the matchmaking purposes. And so I didn't like training mode with him. So I forgot to like look at his move list. And I was like, oh yeah, he's running bear. So I fought him.
Hey, we're hitching again.
Blank.
Alright, we're back.
Oh, were we hitching?
We were. Not anymore. We're good.
For me, it was, I forgot about running very good. I fought
Zawarudo!
Time freeze!
Chaos Control.
That was supposed to kill you.
Jesus. Did you just say Chaos Control?
Yes.
I hope we play round 1 of the tournament very soon.
Get ready. Anyway, so so you found out that running bear grab was a thing. You fought another match.
Yeah, well, it was insanely easy for me to win as Zangief. He's not fundamentally that different. He has Reed syndrome. I feel like in 5-4. He's not so fundamentally different to where you have to like learn brand new things. He's not like Ken. Like Ken is fundamentally different than how people are used to playing Ken.
Yeah.
So
which is why people think he sucks. It's because people keep wanting to play Ken, not the new character.
Right. And so I feel like right out the gate, Ryu and Zangief is going to body everyone until people really get to this adjustment period where they really start learning the game, and then those characters are going to be, less popular. You're going to see them less often.
But the thing is,
day 1, expect to go online and get your ass kicked by Zangief and Ryu.
Yeah, well, the thing is also, Zangief basically got a parry, which is the most absurd thing you can ever give Zangief.
It's more like a focus attack for me, and I'm like...
Yeah, but he doesn't have to dash. It's way faster and safer. It's a poor man's parry. It's like just defending compared to parrying.
Yeah.
Like, that's basically what he got.
Well, I was saying just because he also has to eat because it's an absorb as a result.
Yeah, this is fine.
And for me, once again, I'll still probably remember how much I love focus attacking.
Yeah.
This is fine. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, you're one of those.
Yeah, so I'm just like, okay.
Dude, I mean, that's the thing. You got that forward fierce.
So for me, once again, actually, on that topic, Zangief plays a lot more Hugo-like, or Zangief got more Hugo-style. That was the major appeal for me.
Yeah.
For Geef, because I am a Hugo main in 4. So I was like, okay, so we took a good, character was already pretty good. We took Zangief, and then we gave him the things that made Hugo pretty good.
Yeah, the fucking, and he got like the down knee, and all sorts of silly shit.
which sadly does not jump or fireball the cube. I'm not saying that he doesn't need it.
Yeah.
It's more.
Well, he's also got the forward fierce, actually, the headbutt that nullifies fireballs. That's kind of awesome.
Fireballs.
That is a great fucking combo starter.
Oh, it's a great combo starter. You do that into, I think you can either do a freaking standing light kick into freaking lariat, or you could do crouching medium punch lariat, something like that.
You know what I'm waiting for, and especially out of a couple characters, Zangief being one of them, is people doing V trigger on a knockdown, just to make sure the opponent doesn't do certain things.
Oh,
basically
right.
using it as a bait. Like, okay, think about CVS2. Once your meter was full and when you were K groove, people started running away because they knew you were gonna do like double fucking damage and you had your level 3 available now, and it had a timer that ran out. So knock someone down with Zangief, pop V trigger and don't hold it. But now they know that you have the whirlwind on stock. That shuts down like 2 or 3 options. Because who wants to get crush counter comboed when you have that stocked? It's already been proven that's like 70% damage.
Oh god, dude, I didn't even think about that. And then that would make them scared. Like, oh, I don't want to backdash.
Yeah, because if you combo into it after that, it doesn't count as a V trigger cancel, which means it doesn't give you the additional scaling. So nobody's gonna want to wake up with a Shoryu. They're not gonna fireball because it becomes punishable about that. People have the option of now just jump away or sit there and block. Shit, if I played Zangief, I'd knock someone down, I'd pop it, and then just pile driver. Because they're not going to do anything. They're scared.
Oh my god, that's just dude, that makes things so much more fun now. I'm definitely...
Shit, Beta 1, I did it with Cammy. Beta 1, I even did it with Cammy. Hey, let me give this. Point blank range, V-trigger with Cammy, throw. They were so scared I was going to actually start a combo or drill or something, that they just sat there and blocked. It was like, throw. Shit's free.
Can you V-skill on people's wake-up with Zangief?
Oh, that?
V-skill, yeah.
V-skill? Oh, the flex on them?
Yeah. Can you like just absorb like a hit? Like if they wake up short, can you just absorb it?
Yeah.
Does it make armor? Oh no, there's no armor moves. Yeah.
The only thing that breaks armor is super. So yeah, you could totally just sit there and do that. But however, they can wake up and throw you. And that's one thing. I think meaty, I guess, Oki, whatever, spacing is going to be the most important thing in the world. Getting just in that range where Shoryu will whiff and a throw will whiff and everything, but you have like a crouching medium kick poke that'll still work. I think that's going to wind up being huge.
That's why Walk Speed is top tier.
Yeah, no kidding, right? That's one of the only reasons I think
Mika is so goddamn ridiculous.
That's why I think Mika's going to be okay though. Is that she has ridiculous dashes and okay walk speed. She'll be all right. Like I'm saying just predictively, she's gonna be like a B tier character, like overall. Like there's not much they can nerf and buff on her in the long run that's not gonna throw that way out of the curve. Like if they buff her too much to get her out of B, she goes S immediately. Like Mika will never be an A tier.
I think that's her. Hamza's really good, but I feel like in neutral. Like she's very slick, but there's just some matchups I just don't see her just being good at. Like
I don't think anyone can play. Yeah, the thing is actually, so on this note, Smash Brothers recently, some of the high level players got together and talked about it, and they made basically a tier list of what you can do at a tournament by exclusively playing a character. No counter picks, no nothing. If you only played this character, who can still theoretically win a major? And I think it's a really interesting thing to consider. I think that it's absolutely impossible for Mika to actually win a major without ever counterpicking. And I think that's like her biggest problem, is that there are those 1 or 2 matchups she just cannot fucking win. I think
so. Then would you say that Mika should be more of a pocket character as a result?
No, I think that all the rest of the matchups are winnable or can even be in her favor. And she can really run a train on unprepared people. But you open up and you see someone playing fucking like Vega, and you're like, well, fuck, time to counterpick.
Yeah.
And that's just all there is to it. And it really comes down to Vega and probably Nash. I think those are her most unwinnable matchups.
And Shun.
Chun's
I don't
just
like
hard.
Chun.
I don't think Chun's
I like
unwinnable. It's
Chun.
just fucking hard. Chun's like a 6'4" Chun. But
You're describing a low tier character.
The more
You're not wrong.
Definition. You're describing a low tier
Bless you.
character.
The more and more I think about 5 in the future of like competitive 5, I'm like, okay, seriously, everyone needs to have a main and like 3 pocket characters, just so they can cover all their bases.
I don't think they need 3 pockets. I just don't think it'll hurt. Which actually we talked about this a little bit, Harold. You said was what, infiltration? Just said he's gonna play everyone.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
He thinks that the game is so simple that he's just gonna put as much time as he can with as many characters as he can, and just essentially play matchups when he sits down.
I mean,
matchups that he's confident with. Like if he sits down and he picks, I don't know, Nash, and you sit down and you pick Birdie and you beat him. I mean, he might not stay with Nash. But the only reason he picked Nash is because he thought he could beat your Birdie with his Nash. Maybe next time he plays you, he sits down and he picks Ryu. At that point, he's just going with I know more about the game than you.
Yeah.
And he's a smart motherfucker. He does pretty well in everything he touches.
Yeah, he has a notebook known as Wikipedia, Shoryuken.com.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, dude. SRK has really diminished in quality over the past few years.
Oh yeah. Since the Street Fighter 4 came out, that's pretty much the end. It was like the end of the golden age of information sharing on SRK.
I don't even think it's that. Like, honestly, I think it's really been the past 2 or 3 years. When they did, it was actually about a year before I hit the Army. So, it was about end of 2011, beginning of 2012. They actually did a hiring of several people to write for SRK. That was when I worked for them because I was doing the character guides and fucking damage data and all that shit, and I was working with James a bit on those projects. So I got less than part time on it, but it was cool because it was a labor of love, whatever. The guys they hired for the full-time article writing have been the ones that you've seen in charge of it for the past few years since, and you've started to see that there's a bit more nonsense articles, and what's even worse is that half the time they actually are behind Event Hubs on some of the news. When Event Hubs is actually the place to go first sometimes for information, that is not saying much for what SRK's quality has become.
The thing is, SRK now is primarily more for the forums at this point.
Yeah.
Just people, digging around.
Which is the problem, is because SRK's forums have always been kind of a cesspool of the FGC.
And not only that, but the worst part? The worst part is like a lot of people don't realize there's actually 2 FGCs. Okay, there's actually the community of people that play fighting games, and then there's the community of people that hangs around people that really play fighting games. They go to conventions and they go to tournaments and they hang out, but they're really ass at the game. They don't have the drive and determination to really learn a game and try to be good at it.
The loudest theory fighters. That's the problem. Right. They are the loudest theory fighters.
And I feel like that's who's in control of SRK, not the actual people that play games. People that are probably don't even go to the forums. People that are tired of forums. Even though, as an up and coming gamer, 10 years ago, when I was first going to SRK for information, it was primarily the forum, because that's how you got the information. You go to the forum, you ask a question like, "Hey man, I'm learning how to play Third Strike. I'm learning how to play Makoto. How do I compare Fukiagis and shit like that?"
Back in 04, 05, you know what I used SRK for? Local matchmaking. I was finding out where the community was where I was at, who I could fucking get a ride and drive to or whatever, and fucking hang out and game with. That's how I ended up meeting fucking Ruin in 2005. Fucking wound up fucking shooting the shit and getting my ass handed to me in Guilty Gear.
I ended up meeting Bronx Porter Rock and Knuckle Dew and Tampa Bison. I found those players SRK forums.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like the way online gaming has become, that renders that portion irrelevant. And so now I remember fucking. I remember fucking in Marvel 3. You could spend a couple hours on those forums and just find people saying that Spencer was theory top tier.
Bionic Farm.
There's some people that consider Viper on the forums to be the best character in Ultimate Launch Down 3.
You know, I still kind of believe that. I think she falls into Marvel 2 Dhalsim tier. She could be the best character in the game, but nobody can do it.
I guess in a land where there's no Virgils, I guess.
No, I think
La La Land.
I think basically if you had like tool assisted bot bullshit, Viper would beat Virgil.
Yeah. Task.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's in theory she has the highest capabilities, but no human can get her there. And
I like Task makes better, I think. We're going into tool assisted fighter land. I'll take Phoenix. I'll take it.
But no, it's the thing. Like it's the phrase I have Dhalsim tier. Marvel 2 Dhalsim is allegedly the best character in the game, but no human can do it. And we chopped a little bit there.
Okay, there we go. We're back.
Also here.
Yeah, there's a couple characters there. Like the thing is, I'm still completely impressed by what people have done with Doctor Strange and Ultimate Marvel. But hey,
I have to say, for Street Fighter V, for you guys' multiple character playing predictions, I think you're wrong. I even think Infiltration's wrong. I think that Infiltration is going to eventually hit a wall, where he's going to have to really learn so much about a certain character to win a certain matchup that he would have been better spent
maining that
time doing that. Because it depends on your community. Like, and I guess in a vacuum, yes, you can just play every character. But then when you go to a tournament, and I don't know, let's say Kumiko decides to just main Candy. Like, what if Infiltration realizes that he doesn't have the 100% guarantee that he's ever going to beat Kumiko, let's say.
Yeah.
Let's say he plays like 3 or 4 different characters, but he can't really beat Kumiko's Candy. So now he's going to have to buckle down and go, fuck. Grandpa's coming up. Who am I going to play against Kumiko? What do I know? Who can I play? And all that information you could have already had, maybe.
And which conversely, you got the idea that Punko, if he decided to main Cammy, he's going to like, okay, what are my bad matchups? I'm going to spend more time learning that, so if someone tries to counterpick me, I still beat them. You know, how many fucking Sagats has Snake Eyes raped the fuck out of? Now, granted, there's a couple that just said fuck you and bodied him anyway, but how many had he had to have run through because he knows it better than they do? Shit, there are some shitty Sagat mainers he fucking raped. Because he knows what he's fucking doing. And that's why I still think that, 2 or 3 characters is fair. 5 is risky. Anything more than that, you're done.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like right now my stance, I have like the 4 or 5 characters I'm gonna learn, and I'm gonna still probably narrow it after that. But I'm also gonna pick up one character that I don't want to play necessarily, but I'm picking him up because I think I should.
Nash?
No, I'm going to play a little bit of Nash just to try to learn a few more weaknesses, whatever, but I'm not going to spend real time on Nash.
I mean, that's exactly what I want to do, is I want to play Nash, not because I want to play Nash, but because I want to understand Nash.
No, I guarantee that everyone in this conversation is going to fiddle fuck with everyone in the cast, just to learn a little bit. But
you have to know how to do stuff. You have to know enough about a character to be able to put them in training mode and put them in a certain situation to figure out how to get out of it.
Yeah, you should know a character well enough that you can like complete their trials without too much trouble.
Yeah, time to play all the trials.
Yeah. No. Who have I been singing the praises of and don't play?
Birdie.
Rashid. I am gonna pick up Rashid not because I want to, but because I should. That is the character that scares me the most in the entire game.
I think, and this is me speaking totally subjectively here, I think he's probably the worst character. I think he's the worst character in the game right now.
I disagree 100%. I think he's top 5.
I honestly think he's like the worst character in the Street Fighter 5 right now. Just because of what every other character is capable of, just the regular 50s and options. I haven't seen anything from Rashid that makes me go, wow, that's insane. Like, and he has like low health too, and like low thing.
I'm convinced Rashid is top 5. And again, we got Fong as the X factor, sure, but no, I'm convinced Rashid is top 5.
And before Fong is literally the best character in the freaking game.
You know what? Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. There's a part of me that's prepared for that for one reason. He's one of the only charge characters in the game. With the fact that they're going out of their way to not have charge characters, I won't be surprised if they screw up and inadvertently make charge characters so good to compensate for it. Like, inadvertently. Like, the thing is, like, Bison has charge moves, but in a lot of ways he's not a charge character because he's a footsie character that happens to have charge moves. That's kind of the way I feel about him right now. But
during his V skill, you don't have to charge to do his special.
Yeah, and same with Nikali.
You just back forward button.
Yeah. And then on top of that, fucking Bison, and during his V trigger, he can special cancel his specials.
Yes.
Like, it's fucking ridiculous. But, so, Fong being a charge character and what looks like might be the only true zoner in the game, I honestly won't be surprised if he's ridiculously good.
I think people are going to lose with him a whole lot. There's going to have to be some dedicated Fong players.
Oh, yeah. No, the first 2 weeks, he's going to get his face fucked off. The only thing that's going to save him is the fact that his V skill is an unblockable poison fireball. It's unblockable and just, you're poisoned now. And that's when he starts zoning because he wants to keep you out so the poison can do damage.
I mean, poison does gray health, right?
No, it's real.
No.
So here's what it is. Because I looked at one of the videos, I really sat and examined it. If you have gray health, like you've taken like chip damage from Fierce or something, and you're poisoned, the two bars actually move simultaneously. The poison will still tick, but the gray amount will stay at whatever your max health is and just drain with you until it refills.
Okay, it's Yoga Fire, the Yoga one that does gray health.
Yes.
Oh, the Yoga stream? Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about last night, now that I don't know if it was you or no one noticed it till now, but when Peter said that Nash's EX grab heals him.
Yeah.
I was like, does that mean he'll instantly recover all that gray health if you were to do that?
I believe so.
So I was like, dude, that matchup that changes things. That changes a lot of things.
Yeah, no, and the thing is that if I recall correctly, don't quote me on this, but if I recall correctly, originally the EX version stole meter, and then the regular version was just cool, whatever. Now, EX version steals health, and the regular version steals a tiny bit of meter.
What I hear is it's that, except the EX version does both, is what I heard.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Especially with the fact that the EX one is the one you can V-trigger cancel and combo out of. That's horrifying.
Yeah. What I heard is regular one now steals meter, EX steals meter, and gives you health.
Yeah. No, like, I think Nash, like, on paper, is one of the most ridiculous characters in the game. Like, he has really nothing actually bad about him. He has a little bit of every possible tool in the game. And then he gets those bonuses. Like, what the fuck?
They want to make him really appealing.
The only thing is that he has, like, kind of, I'd say, like, you know, like a B- V reversal. That's his biggest problem.
See, guys, they're really doing the homework with Nash, okay? They're like, we want to make the most appealing character. We're going to have a cool guy with glasses. He has Kakyoin's fucking hair thingy. He is fucking anime as fuck. He has all these awesome moves, and he has genocide kind of friggin' KOF.
Which reminds me, by the way. Okay, so this man, air quotes, died. He got resurrected with the fucking Illuminati stone, whatever the fuck, and he is all healed up, and he's 100%, and he's still wearing glasses. How fucking blind does that guy gotta be that he is still wearing glasses while resurrected by fucking magic?
Well, actually, they even mentioned back during Alpha that Charlie doesn't need glasses. He just wears them just so they're cool.
Yep.
Yo, anime.
He's a pilot. Pilots have that perfect vision, so he's wearing it almost as like a disc. Like, I could do this if I was fucking...
No. Is that accurate? Is he a pilot or is he just an Air Force officer?
No, he's actually Marine Corps. That's the thing. He's Marine Corps.
What?
When did that change?
No, he's always been Marine Corps. He just knows how to fly planes.
That is the most back-asswards thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, he's actually Marine Corps. That's the funny thing. He's not Air Force at all. He's Marine Corps. But
Guile's Air Force, and it was his superior officer.
Yeah, I don't know why, but that's all I remember. I remember they said.
Now I do remember that actually there was a thing where Guile's MOS, his job, was actually a job that isn't in the Air Force. It was an Army job, and then they actually like retconned him a little bit to make him fit into the Air Force more accurately. Now, Charlie being Marines is literally the dumbest thing I've heard all day. Now, granted, I haven't done much today, but still.
I'm reading it on the Wikipedia page. It says even his fighting style. It says or martial arts program. It's his fighting style.
What'd you say? No, we lost you on that one.
Oh, his fighting style is the MCMAP, which stands for Marine Corps Martial Arts Program.
Yeah.
Now see that.
Here's the.
That is backwards for two reasons. One.
Yeah.
He's
the captain of the United States Marine Corps. I remember him being a lieutenant. First of all, I don't even remember him being a captain. I thought he was a lieutenant.
He's higher than that. He should be lieutenant colonel.
That's according to Street Fighter Wiki, but we know how legit that is. So let's go somewhere else. Let's see.
And again, this is still Japan talking about the Americans' fucking military structure. So hey.
Now on Wikipedia it says he is a member of the United States Air Force.
So now I'm confused.
See, and I've got the official Street Fighter Wiki up, and
which
it
is what he
says that
pulled
he's.
from.
He already pulled that one up, yeah.
No, Street Fighter Wiki says he's a captain in the Marines. Wikipedia says he is a member of the Air Force.
Actually, in all fairness, that's not entirely wrong because the Marines' structure is so different. Captain to them might actually be lieutenant colonel for the Army, like that equivalent. Like it could be like an 05.
I don't know. I thought Marines and Army was pretty much the same for officers.
Officer ranks are the same as Army.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah.
So according to him, which
difference-
I'm sure he's right, is Marine officers are the same as all the others.
The only ones who designate differently are the Navy.
Maybe. Okay,
Ooh.
whatever. So again, they're just fuckered.
Yeah.
Because there is no logical reason why Guile should have known who the hell Nash was, much less to fucking have him as his best friend and go rescue him on a fucking mission.
Yeah, and then I have to take off.
Ah, it's a shame.
You close? Yeah.
I have to. It's been real.
Good chat. All right. Well, you have yourself a good night or good evening because it's what like.
It's 2:25 p.m.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck you. All right. Well, with that, then we will take a quick break, and then it'll just be myself and Corey. You have any closing remarks for us, Harold?
You guys are gonna be hella free when the game comes out.
I mean, real closing remarks, you cunt.
Those are real closing remarks.
No, that's trash talk. That's not like you actually leaving any words of wisdom for the stream for the evening.
Train hard, my son. You will learn to accept the L's. I will distribute.
All right, get out of here, you piece of shit.
Bye.
Later.
Oh. All right, now it's just you and me. All right, you're the host right now?
I think so. I don't know. I just want to make sure that this is okay, which it totally isn't.
Because now it's going to possibly just me being the only one right now, so you got to change the borders around again.
Yeah, well, I have to rearrange the borders anyway. So tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put us on a break, and I'm going to end the broadcast, and then we will restart momentarily. So, adieu.
Adieu.
Yeah, I can't.
I got to keep it really bad.